I didn't think I'd have to see you guys again, but we have a new warning out, and it's enough for me to jump on. All right. It is this cell right here crossing 165. I was a day late. That's how I came home yesterday. I could have been chasing this one. This is Ala, Urania down toward Tullus. You are in this one. It's going to continue on toward the southeast. Now, I have to pull something back up here because I literally had convinced myself that we were not going to see any more of this. So I'm going to pull up the Gina camera. Let me go into here. Okay. Clicking on Gina so we can see that, and then I'm going to go in here and move it. I hear thunder rumbling here at the house now, which is not surprising because we do have storms approaching, but this is, if you are tuning in now, this is the LaSalle Parish warning that we are looking at, and I am going to have to go west, and then, okay. I'm going to move this to where we can hopefully see this thing. So yeah, we have the issue of the tower, which we see often. Let me go to the right of it, see if that's better. I'm trying to think of which way it was. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it like that for now. Not seeing much on this, but on radar, it's pretty impressive. So if you are up here near Urania, possibly seeing some hail in excess of, maybe in excess of quarter size out of this one. I'm going to take the lightning off. This cell is now crossing 165. There is a little rotation in here. They have put tornado possible on this one. You can see that here just southeast of Tullus. It's pretty broad rotation, but we're in an area where we are kind of data poor on the radars because we're getting a little further away. Earlier we were too close, now we're too far away, and now I'm seeing lightning flashing on that Gina camera. So I'll be watching that this way, and we will be watching this severe thunderstorm warning over LaSalle Parish. So let me go ahead. Let's see. Wow. Let's go back to that because, again, I'm on a little delay. Watch this lightning while I tell them what I'm doing here. There's some lightning. That was the first one I saw. All right, yeah, that lightning is popping on this thing. There it is. Boom. That's what I was talking about. Okay, so a lot of lightning out of this storm. Very powerful thunderstorm up here just northwest of Gina. I am going to go back and look at radar and see if I have a better avenue of looking at this storm, but it is packing a punch right now as it continues on toward the southeast. So there's Gina right there. Camera's just southwest of Gina. I am going to aim this thing. I actually think that I am probably in about as good of a place as I'm going to be. It's kind of moving to where it'll be passing north of the camera site, I think. Let's put it in motion. And there you go. That cell is coming toward the southeast. If you are in Gina, prepare for some hail potentially out of this. Somerville, Gina, Urania, it's going to be getting better there pretty soon. Ala, you're on the backside of this as well. But if you are anywhere between like where 165 and 84 meet, the storm, the worst of it's going to go down between 84 and it's going to, I'm trying to see what this highway is. I forgot which one this is. Come on. Wow, this lightning is really impressive on this one. Again, go over to the camera site, see what you have. That's North 1st Street. I know that's got to be a highway that runs up there through Somerville. But if you are in this area, Chickasaw down towards Somerville and eventually down the road toward Trout and Gina, you are going to see this cell moving overhead. And like I said, go pop the camera up on the app, put the Roku app on your TV, and you can enjoy the stream while you watch the lightning outside without having to like go out in the lightning and stuff. So that is what we are looking like out there right now. I'm pulling the camera up here on mine just so I have it up and I can watch that lightning and see what's going on out there. But Gina is about to get hit by this cell that could possibly have some hail in excess of quarter size. So that is the potential with this one. Let me go ahead and read you the warning right now. Let's see. All right, I am pulling up this just to read you the warning. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Caldwell, northeastern Grant, and LaSalle Parish, as well as southeastern Wynn Parish. and that's until 7:15 p.m. There's a severe thunderstorm located 5 miles southwest of Ala or 21 miles east of Winfield, moving southeast at 50. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail are possible. This is going to impact Gina, Ala, Midway, Urania, Tullis, Georgetown, Zenoria, Standard, Burlington, Spalding, Rochelle, Kelly, and Nebo. If you're in those communities, possibly going to see some issues out of this storm. And I want to look at it on here real quick, see what we have going on, because I have that camera up just in case, and we're going to lose some daylight here, but this one's fully electrified, so we're going to be able to see this thing through those lightning flashes. It did look pretty rough as it went through Tullis. We're thinking, again, could be some contamination on radar, so it's possible that this looks a little worse than it is. And just as I say that, now we got another warning to deal with. So I thought things were quieting down. They're not. But they are going to shortly. So we have that warning, and now we have another. This is until 7:15 p.m. Yes, I know it says county. I cannot fix this, and I don't know. I want to. So, yeah, that is out of the Fort Polk radar site. I'm seeing this one. There's some weak rotation there. This warning, let me read the text on this one to you. Severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Vernon Parish until 7:15 p.m. That is... At 6:43 p.m., a severe thunderstorm located near New Lano or 8 miles southwest of Leesville, moving southeast at 25. The hazard on this one, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This could impact DeRidder. This could impact Rose Pine and Pickering. That's the area that is most likely to see this storm as it continues on toward the southeast. And again, I'm going to go back over to the Gina camera site because I just saw in real time what was happening, and I want to show you this lightning dancing around out there. Pretty impressive stuff, and you'll see that here in just a second. So these cells both likely containing some possibly some damaging wind, tons of lightning. That was not the one that we're waiting for. You'll see that in just a second. But this is a pretty potent storm that's going to move right over this camera site. So there it is. That was pretty nice right there. If you want to watch lightning, this is the way to do it. This is the safe way to do it without running the risk of getting struck by lightning. So let me go ahead and... oh my goodness, I'm going to leave that there for a second because you got another powerful lightning strike coming. Nearby lightning strikes, I'm looking at the... And another thing, if you go to the website, if you go to the app, you get all these current conditions. You're going to see a lot of information here from the surface pressure to the last lightning strike, how far it was away, how close the nearest lightning strike is. And these lightning strikes that we're seeing here, that last one was about 11.6 miles away. Just had another one 9.7 miles away, but that was almost 12 miles away. Not seeing a lot of wind or anything there, but dew point's up to 66, so they are plenty juiced up in that atmosphere, and I think they're going to see some pretty rough conditions here over the next little while. Now, this severe thunderstorm warning for Vernon Parish continues until 7:15 p.m. We'll pause this, and this warning here is also until 7:15 p.m. And I think the main threat here is going to be isolated damaging wind and possibly some large hail as this continues on toward the southeast. Right now, it looks like that wind would be nearing Somerville, Chickasaw. If you are in Trout and Gina, you are probably about 10 to 15 minutes away from some pretty rough conditions, and I'll put it in motion for you. And you see that continuing on toward the southeast. This is probably going to stay just east, or it's going to be close with Beulah. But if you're in Gainesville, going to stay just east of you. Georgetown, it's east of you. That warning does clip northeastern Grant Parish, but things are looking pretty good right there right now. I don't foresee any big problems for you. Just taking a look at this, waiting for the lightning to light it up and see if I can see anything out of this, because we are losing daylight here. But we have two warnings right now. Things are in motion. Obviously, that warning for southern Rapides Parish, that is now gone. But these storms have kind of re-intensified as this front continues to cook on through from the west to the east. It's moving fairly quickly. This is not going to be a long-term threat, but if you are in those warnings, you'll want to go ahead and stay off the road and all that good stuff. I'm gonna refresh so I can see the comments. Didn't think I'd have to bug you again tonight, but here we are. Yes. Any severe threat for Leesville? No, it's pretty much over. I mean, you're in the thick of the heavy rain right now, but no, it's about 5 minutes and you're good to go. Fort Polk, it's storming. Yeah, it's going to keep on doing that for a little bit while. Lost electricity in Leesville. What? Whoops. I went to look at power outages and I went to the Powerball site. No. Don't have a ticket. Power outage. I could go over and find this frame here. I just wanted, this is just an easier, quick way for me to look right now. All right, not seeing a ton of power outages in Louisiana right now. 1100 in Sabine Parish, 97 in Vernon. So if you are out of power in Vernon Parish, not your lucky day. This severe cell is what brought me back on here. This one down here, also something to watch there in southern Vernon Parish. It's moving toward DeRidder and toward Rose Pine. So again, lots of Beauregard Parish going to miss out on the worst of this, especially the western half and southern parts, southwestern Beauregard Parish. You're looking good, but now it looks like DeRidder, you could run into this storm, and parts of northeast Beauregard Parish could also see that thunderstorm move right overhead. I'm basically just waiting to see this thing light up here. Just trying to see what's going on. I want to make sure that we're not seeing something on that Gina camera that would warrant me telling you to seek shelter immediately or something like that, because that storm, it does look pretty intense right now. Plenty of lightning with it, and possibly some hail and some damaging wind. Quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds are going to be possible. If you're in Alexandria, I think this cell's going to move through. I think we're going to see some thunderstorm activity over the next hour. Doesn't look like it's going to be severe, but I'm done playing that game where I say that it's not going to be severe. Yeah, I don't see any big lowerings on that. And again, I'm seeing the comments on the wall cloud picture, guys. I know you think that's a tornado. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I've seen other images where it was a little more elevated. I didn't have permission to use those, so we're behind the trees. You just can't see it contact with the ground, so I can't call it a tornado. I can call these severe thunderstorms, though, or at least severe thunderstorm warnings here over a good part of LaSalle Parish, the northern half especially. This could end up moving in toward Jonesville and Catahoula Parish. If you are in that area, you're probably hearing a little thunder right now, so you could see a severe storm out of this. The tornado threat, it remains low, but not impossible. We are seeing that little surge of wind coming out of this as this heads toward the camera site in Gina, and all you folks that live there in central LaSalle Parish. No real organized circulation with this. It did look like southwest of Leesville. There was a brief little attempt to try to spin something up. Let me just make sure I didn't see anything on the correlation coefficient. I don't think I did. I'm going to stop it and step through it. Well, no, that's further to the west. Okay. Okay, so that is a severe thunderstorm warning right there. We are looking at other strong storms in the area. Lightning is really intense on that one in southern Vernon Parish, but we're not seeing any lightning out of these cells here in southern Rapides, not much in northwestern Rapides, and not a ton out of that cell up there in northern LaSalle Parish. But man, does it look pretty wild and crazy when you look on the camera and actually see one of those strikes. So let me go and take a look at something on the Leesville camera, because I forgot that thing's going to be right in the thick of this one. Wonder if we still have that one. Yes, we do. It's in the middle of it, though. It's just pouring down rain, so we're not going to be able to see anything. Probably just see a bunch of flashes out there. So if you're, ooh, that was a close one. Let's see. Let me see how close these lightning strikes are, actually. So again, you can do this too. You can go to these things and you can see on these cameras, you can see exactly what I'm seeing with all the weather data and everything like that. What is going on? That's very weird. Okay. All right, now that fixed it. I just wanted to go in and see how close the closest lightning strike was to this camera. That's why we have warranties on these cameras. They're up on towers, and we certainly don't want to have to pay for them every time they're struck by lightning. The nearest strike to the Leesville camera, half-mile away. We can deal with a half-mile, but there is a lot of lightning popping out there right now. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue for northern LaSalle Parish, southern Vernon Parish. Let me take the lightning off, as that is showing, it's just pretty much covering up the radar data. So putting it in motion here, moving in toward Rose Pine right now. DeRidder, you are next in line for this. You're hearing that thunder. Lots of lightning, so you are definitely going to see a lot of thunder, hear a lot of thunder. It's hard to see thunder. You can see the lightning, hear the thunder. There you go. And I'm just looking at my other data sources here to see what we have going on, and I don't see any real imminent threat for a tornado or anything like that, but loud storms with the potential for some strong winds. And yeah, that really did get kind of interesting off of 12-11 out there. That storm did wrap up a little bit briefly there in Vernon Parish, but hopefully nothing did touch down. It was a brief little blip on things. So not seeing any lightning on the camera above my head because this is the storm I'm looking at there. It's far away and there's not a ton of lightning with that one. That's the one that's moving through Simpson. Now behind this line, let me clear some folks out. We like doing that. So if you are behind this line right here, I'm going to go ahead and include that area. Yeah, you may see a little rainfall in Winfield, but you're out of the severe threat. So Winfield's looking good, Natchitoches Parish, Northwest Vernon Parish, all of Sabine Parish, Western Wynne, pretty much all of Grant Parish is looking good. I don't think we'll see a storm fire up that quickly right there. But going forward, Avoyelles, it looks like you are going to probably see some scattered activity. I will go and bring up Futurecast real quick just to kind of show you what the progression of this is forecasted to be. And you can see this is 7 p.m. So this is a little bit ahead of the game here. This is going a little faster than reality, but you can see how these storms are forecast to weaken over the next couple of hours. So I think that's going to happen. Thought it was in the process of really happening, and then we saw that things did change up a little bit. So here's your power outage map: 100 in Rapides, 1,000 in Sabine, and less than 100 elsewhere. You can see some out here in Texas as well. Let's take a look at Gina. It's fully dark out there, just waiting for a lightning flash to hopefully light the sky up and show me what's happening. Because, you know, I see that little white nugget right there. I don't think that's anything, but I do want to see it. So I'm waiting for some illumination here. I'm going to wait about 5 more seconds, and then we're going to move on to Leesville, where I know it's going to be fully illuminated. And, you know, I'm going to click it, and there will be a flash. Nope, there wasn't. All right, so here's Leesville. Things are calming down a little bit here. Okay, good. We still have it up. I see that car moving through, but plenty of lightning out there, wet roadways, and the severe threat is diminishing out there. Let's go to the analysis mode, which is going to bring up radar. I can take off that line because I've cleared you out. Winfield, Natchitoches, go to bed, or just have dinner or something. You know, it's the night is young. I'm going to go and take a look at this little guy right here near Simpson. Let's see if we have anything on velocity misbehaving. Nope, don't see anything there. This cell up toward Gina has that little surge of wind out ahead, but not looking at anything too crazy there. But we do have some storms that are going to roll on through the area over the next hour or so. Then we should see these weaken. We were seeing a weakening phase with these, and you can see some of you, again, Grant Parish, you're just kind of, this is what scattered storms do. You went ahead and split the defense there. You missed it. Thunderstorms definitely happening up there into northern LaSalle Parish. They're not continuing this warning just yet, but I do want to see what Jackson's thinking on that one, because this is going from Shreveport into Jackson's area. Nope, they're not saying anything just yet. Doesn't mean there's not going to be an extension on that. The Vernon warning will be dropped, and there it is dropped. So that's good. Good news there. All right, because this is not looking imminently tornadic or anything, I am going to step away, but I'm staying right in this chair, ready to pop things up. I'm not going to get cocky this time. Maybe I'll see you again tonight. If I don't, I will see you tomorrow, but who knows? The way it looks now, I'll end up seeing you for the rest of the night. No, I'm kidding there. This should, no matter what, the threat should be gone completely by 9 o'clock. I think 8 o'clock, but let's just say 9 just to be safe.